Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow filmmakers out there that are looking for a portable gimbal solution, something super light, something compact, but not compromising on the payload. Now let's not get on one knees and starting to propose to this gimbal because there isn't enough space to put a ring on. But trust me, there's enough space to put all the accessories that you desire, like I have. So let's not waste time and get directly into this to see what Zhiyun's Weebill S has to offer for us.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Now there's that Weebill Lab that I use, and then this is the Weebill S. From what I understand, Weebill S, Weebill strength. There's 300% increase in motor torque and 50% increase in responsiveness. Now this is amazing because combinations like Sony a7 III with 2470 2.8 or 5D Mark IV with 2470 2.8, or my favorite, Nikon Z6 with 2470 2.8 and putting a matte box on. With 300% increase in motor torque and 50% increase in responsiveness, this is definitely a redesigned gimbal. Now, from what I know and what I understand, these motors are completely new. It's not the old motor from the Weebill that has been upgraded or updated with the firmware or changing the motor torque settings with the firmware. These motors are completely new. What I like about it is the systems that you can put on. Now this is the first gimbal that I have seen which doesn't advertise a payload. The reason I believe it's a good idea not to advertise the payload is because you never know. If a gimbal says, let's for instance say this, let's say Weebill Z is gonna be 5 kg payload. Now if you put a 5 kg camera on it, if it's front heavy, you're gonna have an issue. If it's back heavy, it's gonna have an issue. So for a gimbal to have a compatibility chart list where it shows what cameras and what lenses are supported by it, I believe that's a really good way of marketing a product. Now, I'm not saying this because I get to try the Weebill S, but I'm saying this because it makes my life easier to understand what camera systems we can put on it. I can be accurate in regards to a system working on it, and it will be tested for as well. So this Weebill S is quite portable for me. Let me show you on how I pack my gimbal in my backpack. So this is my backpack that I take most of the time for travel, for filmmaking, for hiking or whatever it may be. I put my cameras in it, I put my laptop in it, and I put the Weebill into it as well. So just to give you an idea, if you have a look at how I store my gimbal, it's very simple. In the front pouch, I have this. This is just your straightforward laptop case. This is size of an A4 paper. Normally a 14-inch laptop would fit in here. So this is my old school Weebill Lab that I still use. Folding this gimbal comes to the same size as Weebill Lab. It fits nicely into my compartment here, and I put this into either my laptop backpack or my Atlas backpack, which I carry most of the places I go. Throughout Zhiyun gimbals, we have seen the functionalities such as pan follow, lock mode, POV, full POV mode, to vortex mode. All of those functionalities are available onto your Weebill S as well. Now, whatever functions that you have been comfortable with or using on Crane 3 Lab or Weebill Lab is also available on the Weebill S. So nothing has been taken away from you. But the advantage is there's some functionalities that have been upgraded onto the Weebill S, such as the image transmission. So on the Weebill Lab, you might remember there was an image transmission box already set at the bottom of the gimbal. That has been changed. Everyone does not need image transmission, so it's good to see Zhiyun having the image transmission as an option if you want to purchase it. What I like about this image transmission is you can directly mount it on at the bottom of your base plate. There's mounting options available. Now I haven't received the image transmission yet, so I haven't tested it. I can tell you the functions about it, but as soon as I receive it, I will be making a dedicated video to show the functionalities. Transmount image transmission module. This is going to allow you to transmit the video signal that you connect through your camera's HDMI signal to the device, to up to 3 devices monitoring wirelessly on whatever footage you're recording or viewing onto the camera. Now this could be 3 devices such as your iPhone, your iPad, and an external monitor. So if you look at Zhiyun's packs, they give you a transmitter and a receiver. You can plug the receiver to your monitor and directly transmit to it. So this is a really good solution because in the old technology, in the old devices, you could only transmit data to your mobile phone. But I like using monitors to be able to see the clear footage, to be able to use controls on a monitor or even record externally onto the monitor. It transmits 1080p signal up to 30 frames a second, highly synchronized up to 100 meters of wireless transmission. So what I like about this is Zhiyun has upgraded the system that now you have LUTs, focus peaking, zebra, and so on. So now you have those functionalities that you desire to be able to capture footages correctly exposed in camera. Not using this term, as everyone says, fix it in post. Now I'm not implying to everyone says it, but I hear it a lot of times. The new improved VTouch 2.0 system connects to your smartphone where you can control your camera settings and also your gimbal settings, such as this. So this is the motion control. Let's have a look at it, how it reacts when I move it slowly. So this is me moving the mobile phone very, very slowly. What I'd end up doing is probably putting this onto a handle where I can maneuver it nicely and smoothly, and the gimbal is going to move on that. Now you're able to adjust your speed, your smoothness all through the app for this motion control. I wanted to test if this gimbal is as powerful as they say. So what we have done is done a very, very crazy test. I was holding this gimbal outside the window. Wait, let me show you. So, what's up?
My glasses fell off because we were going too fast.
Are they good? They didn't scratch?
So we just tested this gimbal, try to see if we can hold it at 100 kilometers an hour wind speed. The wind was facing to the right direction. His glasses flew off first and then my hat flew off. And I don't know if there's a reaction of my face going all through, but that was quite impressive. Let's go for more tests. Rolling, yep. So I'm holding this gimbal outside the window and we're going to do a simple test to see if the car goes from 0 to 100, at what point does the gimbal spin out. Let's have a look and see if this can actually survive.
How many flies did you eat?
I don't know. How many flies did I eat? None. Lucky. Having a modular system allows you to choose a system that is perfect for your needs. Now sometimes I purchase equipments where everything is inbuilt. It makes it too difficult to disable these functionalities or to remove it because it might take too much power, it becomes chunky and bulky, it might not be something that you use. So having this modular system definitely ticks the boxes for me. With the new trans-mount wireless transmission device and the new controller, it makes it easier to control your gimbal in distance now. So you can have an operator operating the gimbal and the second operator managing the movement, start and record time and the motion of the gimbal. This makes it so much easier to capture footages while keeping things sharp, having the movements right. You can use Zhiyun's new wireless remote controller with motion sensors inbuilt. It makes it easier to work in a team with one person controlling the gimbal and the second person controlling the gimbal start and stop record and the movements, and also watching it wirelessly on a different device. Either it's your phone, your iPad, or a monitor that you desire. WEEBILL S is integrated with AUTOTUNE functionality. The self-adaptive control algorithm will recognize your product's weight and fine-tune the settings on the gimbal. WEEBILL S adopts the popular 2-in-1 quick release plates Manfrotto and Arca Swiss, allowing easy setup and fast transitions between equipments without rebalancing. With the upgraded latch design, each axis can be easily locked for the fast balance adjustments and neat storage. The upgraded 8th generation tuned algorithm provides high responsiveness and eliminates jittery and fast movements in any environment. Not only that, you can quickly adjust various parameters through the dial itself. This is fancy. To be able to upgrade your gimbal parameters directly to the dials here, it is extremely important to me. I love this because I don't want to touch my mobile phones to be able to change the parameters of the gimbal. I want to be able to change the settings directly through my dial, and now I can. So if I see if my gimbal is slightly tilted or the axis is not as correct that I desire, I can go to the dials and change it instantly, save it, and I'm ready to go for filming. This looks very similar to the WEEBILL Lab, but it has been redesigned slightly and the motors have been changed and upgraded. As you can see, you don't have the wireless transmission device over here anymore. That's an optional that you can purchase, or you can buy these certain kits that are included with it. I like this modular system. Moving on, these motors have been upgraded, which is super strong. We can still do Zhiyun's sling mode shot, moving a tripod and mounting it up here. Currently on my setup, I have my WEEBILL Lab motors connected. The plate has slightly changed on how it locks off, and I believe it's a little bit more strong in regards to how the plates are locking off. Now the lock mechanisms has slightly changed onto the WEEBILL S. Just to show you, WEEBILL S now has these new lock mechanisms where it's clearly stated which side is locked and which side is unlocked, and I prefer these lock mechanisms from the WEEBILL Lab option. So my setup on the WEEBILL S looks like this. I've got the Nikon Z6 with the 35mm 1.8. 35mm is a beautiful lens, and that's what my go-to lens is. Normally I'd use a 24-70 for a more versatile shoot where I want to be able to capture quickly without changing any lenses. Personally, I prefer prime lenses, but on a shoot where you are in a rush order where you want to do something quickly, I do end up using zoom lenses. So my setup is the Nikon Z6 with the 35mm lens. I've got a matte box on. The matte box is going to allow me to put filters on, regardless if it's ND filter or a Pro Mist filter, to cut those sharpness out to get those nice cinematic footages. I have mounted Zhiyun's focus motor with USB-C cable where I can control focus, and I love changing the settings via the gimbal on how fast my focus is going to be moving. For me, I prefer a nice, smooth, slow focus, so I have the control on the pace I'm moving and also focusing at the same time. By mounting a monitor, you can either record a second footage onto it or use it just for purely monitoring purposes, which I do. I like this 5-inch monitor because the size is good enough for me. When I'm using sling mode, I normally change the direction the monitor is pointing so I can see the footage clearly, instead of moving the screen up and down and unbalancing my gimbal and making it very difficult to maneuver. So that was a quick review on the WEEBILL S, the new functionalities on it and how it works. As soon as I have the wireless transmission device, I'll definitely make a video about it. I dedicate a video on how the wireless transmission works on the WEEBILL S. But until then, please like, subscribe, comment below, give me your thoughts. What do you think about WEEBILL S? Is this going to work on your daily life situations for filmmaking? Are you going to be using this for travel filmmaking? Are you going to be using it for corporate, or whatever it may be? I would like to hear from you. Until then, have a good day.